Hey guys in capes and rogues who are sneaky, join Rodger as we entertain the geeky with Leemer.
Hi, I'm back.
Well, you never went anywhere.
Well, right.
I mean, it is the second episode, so it's later in the week. Hi guys.
Hi, what's up?
Chris is still on his sabbatical, and apparently he still trusts me to do this. Little backstory. We were talking last night, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't make it," and I was like, "We haven't done an episode in like a week and a half, so it needs to happen." And he's like, "Just do it by yourself." And I realized I cannot. There's no way.
Yeah, it'd be hard to just talk for an hour on your own.
Well, and Jason, like nerd news with Jason, it's like he's doing something. He's giving you nerd news,
Right.
Our show is more of like a comedy, entertainment type thing, and if there's no back and forth banter, and I think a joke's really funny, and the audience doesn't, it's just me laughing like an idiot for a second.
True that.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I would need something to react to.
Yeah,
That's super important.
like I've done like little announcements by myself, but doing a whole show, I couldn't do it. I was out. Like it would just be me reading.
You could always just do like a let's play.
Let's play Magic. Turn 1, I play Mountain. What are you guys gonna do? That's how that show ends. So fast. So Leemer's here. Leemer's actually more than just a role player, though. Leemer board games.
Board games, video games. I do it all, man.
You do it all.
I do it all.
Well, we'll start with video games then. When did you start? When did you start video gaming?
Early childhood, like the NES, like yeah, I don't know.
What was your NES game of choice?
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's the tough questions there.
Maniac Mansion.
The fuck is Maniac Mansion?
You never played Maniac Mansion?
No.
That was one of those LucasArts point-and-click adventure games.
On the NES?
Yes.
Okay.
It originally was a computer game, but they ported it to the NES. Really fun, super funny, bizarre. It was done by Tim Schafer, the same guy who did like Psychonauts and Brutal Legend, and like it was that game developer.
Okay. And this is your NES game of choice.
It was super weird and completely different from any other NES game I'd ever played.
I think the only like point and click adventure game I played was Princess Tomato game. like
I was actually super into them. Like all of the LucasArts point and click games were great. The Sam and Max.
Oh yeah, Sam and Max was good.
Yeah, Sam and Max. The Maniac Mansion Day of the Tentacle stuff. That was really great. That was the sequel to
Maniac. Like Day of the Tentacle, I'm just thinking Japanese anime. Like hentai straight up.
It was a little tentacle monster. And
it was going after the vagina.
No, he was trying to take over the world or something like that.
Or the vagina.
Yeah, it was all about the pussy.
That's truly where it went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you get the girls.
You get the pussy once you rule the world.
That's how Bond villains do it. You know, James Bond gets the poontang by saving the world. The villains have to take over the world to get it.
I see. That's
now you
dichotomy.
know. Yeah, now you know. Yeah.
But so, yeah, all those point and click games were my thing. Like the Broken Sword games were a lot of fun. Like
no, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna hit you with the toughest question of your life: Genesis or Super Nintendo? Where were you?
I had a Genesis.
Okay.
But I was always jealous of the Super Nintendo because that's where all the good RPGs were.
Genesis had a better Shadowrun.
It did have a better Shadowrun. The Super Nintendo Shadowrun just kind of abandoned you halfway through.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
But like the JRPG stuff was heavier on the Nintendo.
I think Genesis, when it started out, it hit more of the like Shining Force.
Shining Force, yeah, but that was like a tactical RPG.
A little bit, yeah.
And I was looking for like the turn-based like Final Fantasies and the Chrono Trigger like is my all-time favorite game.
So as you get older, you're more of a Super Nintendo guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think I developed the love for SNES.
My issue is, like, you see I own an SNES, and now I'm jealous that I don't have my Genesis anymore. Because there's so many games on the Genesis that were just better.
Yeah,
Like,
I can...
Like, Street Fighter is better on Sega than it is on the Super Nintendo.
Really? I like the Super Nintendo Street Fighter because you've got all of the buttons.
Well,
you don't have to push the...
Well, that's why you get the 6-button...
True.
You get the 6-button.
I didn't have the 6-button Sega controller. I just had the 3.
I had to buy one. But I remember what you're talking about, hitting start to switch from
Yeah.
kick to punch, and that was a thing. But, yeah, you get that 6-button controller. I mean, graphically it was better. It just had a better engine behind it, you know? And with Sega's response time, it made fighting games better. And that's where I was in the 90s. I was a fighting game kid. It wasn't until PlayStation I got into JRPGs.
See, I was heavy into the RPGs as soon as I played my first one.
Which was?
Probably Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
Because I missed them on NES. I didn't do Final Fantasy or any of the other.
Or Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, I didn't do Dragon Warrior. I still haven't gone back and done Dragon Warrior.
Dragon Warrior's good.
I've heard nothing but great things about it. But
Dragon Warrior's really good. I'm just glad you didn't hit me with, like, Zelda. You know?
Everyone played Zelda, and that's not an RPG in the way that I'm thinking of RPGs, you know? Like, it's a fantasy adventure game.
Yeah, I'm not... Like, I like the original Zelda, the Legend of Zelda on the NES. That one was fun. I have not cared for another Legend of Zelda game since then.
I think that they evolved into their own special thing, and no one else has tapped that special thing. But I think it kind of peaked with, like, Link to the Past.
Wow.
In my opinion.
Wow, you're hitting, like, before half these people were...
Well, yeah.
Because for them, it's...
old school.
Yeah, for them, it's all Ocarina of Time.
Everyone's Ocarina of Time, but going 3D doesn't make it
No,
necessarily
actually...
better.
And it was early 3D.
Yeah,
it was gross
weird.
3D.
Like, you look at some of those Majora's Mask stills now, and it's like, oh, that's terrifying looking.
Yeah, it's bad.
But... And I liked those games, but it didn't have that same love that I felt Link to the Past had.
Okay. Yeah, Link to the Past was a good one. It wasn't Zelda. It wasn't the Zelda, you know. Now, PlayStation. Did you own a PlayStation, or were you a Sega Saturn kid?
I was a PlayStation kid. I eventually got a Sega Saturn and had like 4 games for it.
4 games that mattered?
No.
No?
No. It was like Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Nights into Dreams.
Nights is one of the 4. Nights is one of the ones you needed to have.
It's good. Road Rash.
Oh, yeah!
That's not one you need to have.
Oh, yeah! Racing and punching.
And then, I don't know, something else. Like Street Fighter Alpha EX Duo
Turbo, Hyper Fighting,
something.
Jump in the Air
It
edition.
was like Street Fighter that had none of the characters that I gave a damn about.
Oh, so it was Street Fighter Alpha. Oh, no, it was Street Fighter 3 then, because it just had Ken and Ryu and none of the other characters.
I think this one also had like Akuma, maybe. I don't know. It was one of the weird Street Fighters that I don't give a fuck about.
Okay, so what was the PlayStation game that... And you feel free to name, like, you can say Final Fantasy VII.
I mean, that was one of the major ones, but like Metal Gear Solid.
Have you played Metal Gear Solid lately?
Not lately, but
Like-
then...
Like, it does not hold up well.
Well, neither does Final Fantasy VII.
For some reason, though, so, like, in my living room, I got the small TV, right? And that's the old tube TV, because I can actually play PlayStation games on the tube TV. You cannot play Metal Gear Solid or Final Fantasy VII on...
like a high def.
Oh, yeah, no, you'll blow your fucking brains out. It's horrid looking.
I don't doubt it.
Now, which one? Now there are people, and I fall in one category: 7, 8, or 9.
I have a lot of nostalgic reasons to say 7. 8, I have issues with because I got super addicted to the stupid fucking card game.
Yeah, that happened.
I had like 40 some odd hours into the game and I was still stuck on the first disc.
Yeah, that happens.
Because I was just playing the card game.
Well, I never beat Knights of the Old Republic.
So I never beat 8 and didn't get that far into it. I just finally gave up. And then 9 was good until they forced you to play the card game, because up until that point I hadn't touched it at all.
And then you were hooked.
And then they were like, you have to play the card game in order to progress. And I'm like, I can't win. I don't have any cards. I haven't been playing the card game.
So now you had to go back.
It was, yeah.
I think, to me, 9 was the best.
9, from what I played up until that point where you get to the card tournament, had a great story, had great characters.
Vivi made you laugh and cry.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. It was a really well-made game.
What about Tactics? Did you play Tactics?
Oh, I love Tactics. Like, I know I just earlier bashed the tactical RPGs.
You did.
But that was just because I was talking about, like, the JRPGs at the time. But for tactical RPGs, I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I love the job system. I am super into that one over, like Disgaea or Shining Force or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Tactics.
It is a beautiful... Like, I remember the first time I played Tactics, I did not know what the fuck I was doing.
It was a completely different game. You bought it because it said Final Fantasy.
If it's a Final Fantasy, I was like, I like 7!
Yeah, for me it was... a friend recommended it, and I had looked at it a few times and I'm like, this doesn't look like Final Fantasy. I don't know what this is. This looks like chess.
Yeah, it's exactly how it feels.
Right. But then I went and played it, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is super cool. I can get behind this. This is... there was something about that system that was intuitive in a way that other strategy RPGs weren't at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really enjoyed the Tactics, and even like the newer ones like that came out for the Game Boy.
I haven't played any of those.
I played the one for Game Boy Advance, and that one
wasn't that just a port of the first one?
I think they had a port, and then they had a new one.
Okay.
The port is called like War of the Lions, I believe.
Okay.
And that has been ported all over the place, and you can get that through like the PlayStation Store and shit now. If you have like a PlayStation 4.
I don't.
Whatever number they're on.
17.
Sure. I've got a 3, I think.
You were a little bit behind.
Yeah, a little bit. Those things get expensive real quick.
Well, I heard a guy who to play video games, his thing is this. He's always going to be a generation behind.
Pretty much.
And he'll just wait for like PlayStation 5 to come out and then go buy a PS4 and all the games.
They're super cheap. Yeah. Because what I did was I just got done playing all of the Xbox 360 games that I wanted to play. So then I went and bought the PlayStation 3. Because I hadn't played any of those like exclusive games. And they're super cheap now because they're all freaking old.
And people... It's weird that single-player games are becoming more and more rare.
Yeah. And I'm not a big multiplayer guy. I was always a single-player dude.
Like, I love multiplayer, but I only love multiplayer when I'm playing with my friends.
Right.
Like, hey, it's how my brother and my best friend and I stay in touch is they live so far away that we play video games. Mm-hmm. But I do miss... I was thinking about this. I don't have a game for me just to turn on to beat. Mm-hmm. And that everything else, it's PUBG, it's Call of Duty, it's Battlefront, it's all those things. It's like I don't have a game to sit down and just play.
Right.
And that annoys me.
Like I enjoy getting invested in a story and losing myself in a game for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of reality. It's the same reason I love role playing games so much.
Get away for a minute.
For for an hour or two, you can go be a dragon-slaying hero instead of a...
I have never fought a dragon.
Really?
I have never fought a dragon in any of my role. I've ridden a dragon, but I have never fought a dragon.
I've fought a couple.
How'd it turn out?
Good for us, bad for the dragon.
All right, so from PlayStation, did you go to PlayStation 2? Or did you go to the Dreamcast?
I went to PlayStation 2.
Or Xbox. That was the 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I went PlayStation 2. Like, my roommate had an Xbox, like, right whenever all that stuff was coming out, but I bought the PlayStation 2, and we kind of dual did that. I also got a GameCube at the same time.
I loved the GameCube.
I loved Hunter the Reckoning for GameCube.
Yeah.
And that's really about it. There were a couple other ones, like Eternal Darkness was good.
Oh, that game fucked with me so hard.
That's its job.
Like the first time it like reset, I was like, what the fuck? Like I was working at FuncoLand and I bought the game. I bought the GameCube with my employee discount. I was tapping the GameCube, going, "What the fuck is going on?" But it also gave us the not HD, but it gave us the update Metal Gear Twin Snakes.
True.
Which is the version to play in my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That for me, the GameCube was a party box. You know, you had Smash Brothers. Yeah. You had Hunter the Reckoning is fucking great. The noise of Hunter the Reckoning. Just the constant barrage of gunfire.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something satisfying about that.
Then you had the Mario games.
Yeah, those are fun.
Star Wars Rogue Squadron came out on...
Same with Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. Did you do the 64? Were you a 64 kid?
My neighbor had it, and, you know, I would sit and watch, but I never really...
It's odd, because now everyone is all about the 64. Everyone's like, that was the greatest console ever. And for some reason...
like any of the games.
Yeah, and I remember when it came out, like, people were not buying it.
Right.
Like, I had a friend that had one, but everyone had the PlayStation.
The controller was dumb.
Stupid.
That controller is dumb. Yeah. There's nothing good about that controller.
And the games, okay,
like GoldenEye was great, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The Zeldas.
No, I'm out on those.
Yeah, we weren't those guys. No. We liked the old school Zeldas.
Mario, like there's no real...
You can do Mario Kart on any system.
Now you can. But there's there's nothing in the 64 that makes me go, eh. Like, looking back, a Dreamcast, I would love to have my Dreamcast back. Because that system was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
If they would have just put a goddamn DVD player in that thing, I have a feeling Dreamcast might have beat PlayStation 2.
Possibly.
Graphics were better, controls were good, the games were better. They were taking more risk there, but damn, DVD player.
I have, I tried playing Shenmue, because I did end up getting a Dreamcast from, Slackers some years ago. And I could never get it to run because their server or whatever stopped.
Yeah, that happens.
Everything down.
I think Phantasy Star Online is still going.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the only Dreamcast server still up and running. Is Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah, it's a shame though because I've heard great things about Shenmue, and you can't play it anymore.
And the Dreamcast had a lot of JRPGs on it. That was a thing. All right, so PlayStation 2, what was your game there?
PlayStation 2, I would say Kingdom Hearts.
Wow.
I fell in love with Kingdom Hearts hard.
I have not played. Jason's running through them now again.
The thing about Kingdom Hearts is it's a super weird concept mixing the Square Enix Final Fantasy with Disney.
But it works.
It works because the main character is they're its own separate thing for this world, and you're just traveling from all these different worlds. You know, it's the multiverse theory or whatever, and you're going world to world. And for me, it's saving my childhood and my adolescence.
Okay.
You are saving your favorite Disney characters from peril, and then you go and save all your favorite video game characters from peril, and often teaming up with them, fighting back to back with Cloud Strife again after 20 years.
Yeah, I can see that. It
brings this warm fuzzy feeling. You and Cloud Strife fighting back to back to fucking save Mickey Mouse and Hercules. Okay, it's a stupid GURPS game, but
I saw. Speaking real quickly of Disney characters, I saw a Facebook post today, and a dad had set a copy of The Lion King for the Sega Genesis down. And said, I will pay you $20 if you can make it past level 4. Good luck, you're going to need it, love, Dad. And it brought back memories of playing that
over and over again.
Just trying to get past the wildebeest stampede.
Yeah. I had a lot of trouble just getting past the Can't Wait to Be King level.
Yeah.
Just jumping on the fucking giraffe heads.
Giraffe heads, the fucking hippos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was
But the Stampede was all those Disney games back then.
The Disney...
Aladdin was super hard.
Fucking Mickey Mouse and the Magical Kingdom. I have broken more controllers because of that fucking game than Call of Duty has ever done for me.
Licensed games in general were super hard.
What happened to that? Video games to me have gotten a lot easier.
Yeah, the challenge has gone down, especially because like lives aren't really a thing anymore.
Yeah,
You've always got like a save point and checkpoints, and you just start at this level. Like back in the day, when you lost, you lost.
Or you wrote the password down.
Right.
And
then had to spend 20 minutes entering the 18-digit password.
And you wrote one letter wrong, and you were just fucked. You're like, all right, let me start over.
Yeah.
I remember, like, when I first played Metal Gear Solid, I rented it. Mm-hmm. And I had it was the first multi-disc PlayStation game I had ever played. And I one night ran through, because I didn't have a memory card. Mm-hmm. So one night ran through the first disc, and it got to that, hey, insert disc 2. I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I turn it?
This was before you could just Google it.
Right. There was no Google. It was, do I turn it off? Right. I called Hollywood Video where I rented it from, and I was like, what do I do? And the guy's like, I don't fucking know. Figure it out, kid. So I finally, I got the guts up and just hit open. And that's how I did it. Just hit open. And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I played through, I actually had to get a fan to put on top, like right there by the PlayStation, because I could not turn it off for that week I had Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
But I beat the fucking thing in 5 days.
Well, there you go. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah. Death pissed me off a lot in that game.
Yeah, like, for the most part, games have gotten a lot easier just because death isn't that big of a deal.
And their stories have gotten better, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we're actually getting stories as opposed to Rescue My Girlfriend, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
You know.
Double Dragon, all of them.
Oh my god, Double Dragon. Remember Battletoads?
Oh yeah. Fucking hardest game in the world.
I still haven't beaten that game.
You can't get past the fucking jetpack.
No, you can't.
Level.
But apparently you can, because there's levels past it.
And you watch people on YouTube do it.
And they go to the fucking snake level. You're like, I'll never see that in real life.
Right. I think we got past the jet bike level like once. Like the best kid in the neighborhood. You know, we're all sitting around watching him play once.
Don't fucking play that game 2-player.
No. There's no. It doesn't help.
Because you're like, oh, we'll play a 2-player. One of us will get past it. No, because if one dies in the jetpack, you got to start all the way over.
It's terrible.
And I actually punched my friend because of that game. Like, we were doing good, and then he missed the ramp. I just punched him. I was like, you fuck.
Like that's gonna end more friendships than Madden.
Now I kind of want to get drunk and play Battletoads.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Get the old Nintendo, get you cider drunk, and
no.
and go from there. No. All right, so PlayStation was Kingdom Hearts
for PS2.
PS2, it was Kingdom Hearts. Then you had your friend had an Xbox. So what was the Xbox game you really enjoyed?
I fell in love with Halo. Like I'm a Halo kid. No, man. Like that's the best console first-person shooter that had existed at the time, because it had a fucking, not for the multiplayer, because I'm not a multiplayer guy,
right?
But for the single-player story campaign, that was the best single-player story campaign I'd ever seen in a.
I'll give you the campaign was good.
Shooter.
The campaign was good.
Like suddenly introducing the flood, oh my god!
When those doors open.
Yeah.
And you were like, what the fuck?
You're like, this game just changed completely. What is going on? I mean, the only other time something like that happened was in like Half-Life. I wasn't a PC kid, so I didn't play Half-Life until I was much older and way past, until much after I played Halo. So.
Okay. Dreamcast, GameCube. What was your GameCube game?
Oh, Hunter.
Yeah,
that was my go-to.
Okay.
There were other good ones. Like there was some weird Wolverine Origins, like the movie-based game.
We don't talk about.
But it was good for what it was.
Did you have the X-Men game on the Genesis?
Yes, both of them.
Weren't those good games?
Those were good. They were your typical side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I miss those games. I miss the side-scrolling beat 'em up. I miss the games of just getting together and just beating the shit up.
Well, that's what the Xbox Arcade and PlayStation Store for. Like the Castle Crashers is such a good side-scrolling beat 'em up. Like that is so much fun. Get a couple friends together, play Castle Crashers. You'll feel like you're playing Super Nintendo. I'm in. Like you feel like it's playing Gauntlet with your friends again.
Oh, I miss. Did you play Baldur's Gate on the PlayStation?
Not on the PlayStation. I played Baldur's Gate.
Dark Alliance.
No, I played the original Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate Shadows of on PC.
Ah, yeah, I didn't have a PC.
Those were the clickable RPGs
Yeah.
with the second edition rules.
Yeah.
I actually just downloaded the enhanced edition for Baldur's Gate 1 for my tablet.
Did you?
I haven't started playing it yet, but
Did they update the edition, or is it still second edition rules?
I think it's still second edition rules. Yeah, it is. It's still second edition rules. All they really did was make it prettier and add a couple more voices.
Okay.
Just kind of update the look.
All right.
And anything else.
So PS3, where are you at there? Oh, no, hold on. You're still working Xbox 360. What was the games that you really enjoyed on that one?
I really loved Saints Row.
You had like this really guilty look on your face when you said that.
It wasn't so much guilt as like it's such a weird game to say is like my favorite game for this system. But I played like all 4 of them and all of the DLCs.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big like open world like GTA guy.
Yeah, I hate open world games.
I don't usually care. I liked Red Dead Redemption.
That's the only one I ever beat.
I liked Gun, which was the other Western.
Was Gun open world though? I don't remember Gun being open world.
I think it was. I might be wrong.
I thought it was more of a just kind of went there.
I don't remember.
I played Gun and I played Red Dead Redemption. I like both of those.
Yeah, those were good. I didn't really get into GTA. Mm-mm. And Saints Row is a GTA clone. But Saints Row is so fucking funny. It's so goddamn hilarious. They threw, like, GTA is funny.
Right.
Like, it's, you know, you listen to the radio stations and you're like, it's funny. But Saints Row took all of the serious, gritty crime and all that and just said, nope. Threw that out. And it's all ridiculous. Like, the place where you go to get your car customized is called Rim Jobs.
Nice.
There are levels where you're literally just, you steal a septic truck, and you're spraying buildings down with feces.
Okay, so
you run around beating people up with a giant lightsaber dildo.
I'm in. You know what? I always thought Saints Row was just a serious...
No,
game.
not at all.
Okay, I'm going to check it out now.
The first one, it starts off, it's a lot more of a direct GTA clone.
Right.
But there are these moments where you just go, oh my god, that was the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen. And the second one, they kind of lose their shit.
Okay.
They're just like, fuck it, we're just making this is the most fun GTA game you've ever played.
Okay.
Then in the third one... you are also the president of the United States, and because your gang is so popular or whatever. No, that's the fourth one. Is you become, or no, the fourth one you're in the Matrix.
What?
This game is insane.
You're
there
in
are
the
aliens.
Matrix?
There's yeah.
All right. I was gonna be like, for Xbox 360, it was all about Call of Duty. And you're like, no, here's St. Rose, motherfucker.
Do you have the Xbox?
I have an Xbox One.
Okay, then I would say I would loan you all of my Saints Rows, but they're the 360 games.
That's all right. You can get them on back. I can get them.
You can get them on the. Yeah,
I can get them on the store. I
can
get them on the store. Yeah.
Give them a shot. They are so funny. Like, the DLCs are super great. Like, riding a sentient velociraptor that starts singing Walk the Dinosaur.
See, I'm not going to lie to you. I totally thought you were going to be like, Skyrim.
Skyrim's good.
And I was like, oh, cool, we're going to talk about a game. We're going to talk about Skyrim. and shouting.
I loved Skyrim.
And you're like, nah, fuck it. Lightsaber dildos.
Dildos.
That's where I'm going to go with my gaming. Lightsaber dildos.
Why not?
Okay, I'm
a dubstep gun.
All right.
It's a gun that fires concentrated dubstep and makes people dance to death.
All right. What about PlayStation 3? Saints Row 7.
No, I've only played a couple games on PlayStation 3. I've only played a couple games so far, and I really love Last of Us.
Yeah, they're doing a sequel.
Yeah.
Which I don't
super
understand.
Excited for. Well, because the first one ended like abruptly, and it was a good place to end.
Okay.
But there's still stories to tell. Like,
okay.
They both of the characters still have
Things to do?
Things to do.
Okay.
They're still trying to survive in this fucked up world.
Ellen Page is coming back to reprise her role.
That was not The Last of Us.
Which one was that?
That was the other one that came out at the exact same time. Ashley Johnston was...
okay.
Or Johnson was the voice of Ellie in The Last of Us.
All right. I was wrong. Never happens on this show. I'm always right.
No, hey.
Whatever. Go fuck yourself.
I just know a lot about Ashley Johnson because she's the most adorable human being on the planet, and she is total waifu material.
Waifu material?
Waifu material.
Like, I get wifey material. What the fuck is waifu?
It's just...
it's wife that you want to fuck material?
No. It's just like
when you get
nerdy
married,
anime speak.
When you get married, you stop having sex. That's just... waifu.
No, it's just nerdy... You know, it's one of those subculture things.
You're making this up, right?
No.
All right.
You can like Waifu Simulator or
what?
Something is like a video game that exists.
Hold on.
I don't know. I was trying to be nerdy for our audience.
You're out nerding me here. Is it like is it how I'm thinking it's spelled?
Waifu, I think. I don't know. It's Japanese.
Waifu. You treat your waifu with the utmost respect and courtesy and refuse to even fap to their beloved, seeing that... What? No, hold on.
I don't know.
A term coined by Otako and Weebu alike for their 2D significant others, predominantly anime and video game characters. A waifu, in contrast to a harem, is love between one man and his one and only waifu. You treat your waifu with the utmost respect and courtesy and refuse to even fap to their beloved, seeing that as an act of an insult to the non-existent woman they have committed themselves to. There's a spin-off term, husbandito, which is about, males.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's internet shit.
It's a thing.
I've seen the word before.
It's a thing. Okay, you said it. Weeboo for wife, don't say the word. Yeah, okay. It's a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just trying to be nerdy.
You were nerdy. I had to look some shit up. So, waifu material, Last of Us. What game are you looking forward to most this year?
I don't have time to play video games.
We just spent 35 minutes talking about the video games you're playing.
But I'm not playing those currently.
Okay,
those are all older games.
What are you playing right now?
Starfinder. Do you know how long it takes me to make those goddamn maps?
I mean, like 2 weeks.
Like, that shit... Yeah, it's time consuming. I don't have time for video games.
All right.
I'll probably play Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition
on your tablet.
On my tablet once I have...
While you're waiting for paint to dry.
Right. That's about all I have time for, like cell phone games right now.
All right.
Like, I'm currently playing Fallout Shelter. That's it.
I'm going to ask you the most important question of the night. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
I was a Mortal Kombat guy.
Oh my god, no!
I was a Mortal Kombat guy. Mostly because my neighbor that had Street Fighter was a douchebag that just spammed sonic booms all day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you never learned how to do anything because you would just die.
Okay, I can see that. You gotta jump over those.
Well, yeah, but if you don't get time to jump over them,
You gotta jump over them and watch out for that flash kick, because that's coming. Right. Sonic boom, flash kick.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where the other neighborhood kids that had Street Fighter were douchebags and just like would spam the 1,000-hand slap or whatever.
Okay. So you played with assholes.
Yeah, I played with assholes
who aren't really very good at the game.
No, but didn't let you get good because they would just get you in a corner and spam your ass.
Okay.
So, at least with Mortal Kombat, I usually had a character where I could get out of those situations. So,
who was your character?
I will go with a goofy one and say Noob Saibot from Mortal Kombat 3.
Ooh.
The all black
ninja, yeah. Yeah.
But he had like that teleport, and he had like he sent the little shadow clone that you could combo into like a teleport or an uppercut. That he did a lot of really, really interesting, weird things. It didn't do a lot of damage, but could really ruin the day of the asshole player.
See, I think Mortal Kombat worked better as a console game than the arcade game, simply because the button layout at the arcade game was horrible.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It was that 5X button where you're and then you had to block here. No. Whereas Street Fighter was, right here, nice, concise.
Honestly, though, I was also always more of a Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, no. You want to talk about spamming buttons and shit, and you're like, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom is the best fighting game ever.
No, it's not.
It's so good.
No.
It's so good because I was Omega Red and I'd fling my tentacles.
Yeah, you were that guy that just sat there. Oh my god, the Omega Red cable combination was the worst. I just want to sit here and play my Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh, yeah, no, the team of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that pissed me off the most. Sentinel, Cable, Omega Red.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That was the team.
That's pretty bad.
I'm out. Get fucked.
I was more of a King of Fighters guy.
I liked King of Fighters.
I loved the animes, like the Fatal Fury anime.
Yeah.
Fucking great movies.
The games weren't the best.
They were fighters. They were exactly what you expect.
See, I was more like, there's two fans. There's the Marvel fans, and then I'm more of a Capcom versus SNK fan. Like, to me, Capcom versus SNK 2 is the greatest fighting game ever made. Like, that's just hands down, you'll never beat that game.
I also was super into Battle Arena Toshinden back in the day.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Like, that one was was a good one.
Did you play, there was a samurai fighting game on the PlayStation,
Bushido.
Bisho Blade.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that?
Actually, I think I played, like, the Super Nintendo version.
Like, that game would that game would piss you off. One-hit kills.
Well, yeah.
One-hit kills.
Yeah, because it was Bushido, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, or suddenly you'd be disarmed.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck?
And now I can't do anything.
But run.
Yeah.
Run.
You're fucked.
Guys, what was your favorite fighting games growing up? We've pretty much talked about all of them here. Guys, we have Kickstarter coming soon.
Woo, Kickstarter!
Well, Leemer got in on that one. We got Kickstarters coming soon, about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So stay tuned to the website for that. Updates there. We're going to have a landing page for it. And I'll tell your friends and family. Help us support us. You're kickstarting an amazing product / company.
Yay.
Yay. Money. Give us all of it.
All of it.
Yeah. Leemer's going to give me all of his money.
If you don't give us all of your money, I'm going to go over there and break your legs. I'm not actually going to do that. I'm not a very mean person. I'm super nice. I love you guys.
But when he delivers pizza, he's just going to set it on your door and walk away. Well, no, because you got to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. All right, so, guys, Kickstarter's coming. Go to entertainthegeeky.com. Like, comment, subscribe, follow our news. Jason's killing it over there with everything. And, Leemer, what you got?
I got a Pepsi.
All right, guys, stay geeky.